Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I'm going to get into a clip from a recent conversation between myself and Peak Jarvie, the creator of Peakmonsters, and we're going to talk about a new development on their website which allows you to sort your cards into collections, and we are going to use that utility to structure a Splinter team that can be arranged and stored and then at any point delegated or rented to friends or to the marketplace. And so we're going to utilize the collection sorting tools, and we're going to actually build an Earth Splinter team that will be really successful at the bronze level. And if you were to slap 2 or 3 of these splinters together, you could go ahead and make a silver deck. So I think this is going to be really useful to both people with lots of cards that want to organize them better, and to new players who really want to understand how to build a winning deck at a lower level. Okay guys, let's get into it. But before we do, my name is Dwayne Cunningham and I go by Infidel1258, and we cover Splinterlands on the channel all day, every day, because it's changed my life. Let's get into it.
Do you want to, which one do we want to try next, I suppose?
I really think Obsidian, it's probably the easiest thing to play, but
okay,
it has its limitations also, but Magic is very powerful at the lower levels.
All right, so let's go green. So we want to combine a couple of these at level 2. Well, at least one, but I'm going to do 2 because I'm here. Might as well. So we got ourselves a level 2 Obsidian. So that's the summoner taken care of.
Mm-hmm. And then
we're looking at, to begin with, the Chaos Legion.
Mm-hmm. I think so. And I think looking first and foremost at sorting out our tank and having something at the high mana cost and the low mana cost. Hill Giant's a really nice, affordable, and of course he's common, so we are going to get a level 1 of it, but we could afford, we could do a level 3, and we probably should do a level 3 of the Hill Giant.
Okay, so here's all of Untamed Dice and Chaos melee monsters.
Unicorn is amazing. Mustang is amazing. Hill Giant is really affordable. And look at 7 hit points with 2 damage.
And we have to do level 3, I'm guessing, is what you're thinking, because he gets the 2 attack.
Super helpful at level 3. Yep. And 3 mana cost. 7 hit points for 3 mana. Super good.
Yeah. All right, he's in. He's on the team.
Okay, so that's kind of a cheap side of play, but we're going to need...
I'm going to put the fungus in there.
Yeah.
Of course. So, there you go. He's in.
And then, you've got some great cards. I mean, so we could think about... What I'm noticing is that you have some slow monsters and you have some fast monsters, and those are going to be niche opportunities for whether it's reverse speed or not. But maybe, like we said in the past video, we don't want to bog our user down with too many options. I would say if we're trying to keep it simple, for me it's between either Grund or Unicorn Mustang as my secondary high mana cost tank.
So you already have a Unicorn Mustang that's going to be part of it.
That's true.
But it's it's going to get 1 extra health though if you add it.
Good
I
point.
don't have many of those at all. Like they got so expensive I stopped buying them.
Good point. Level 1 is going to be adequate. Level 2 only added but what about Grund?
The other option is Mycelic Morphoid at level 3 to have thorns.
Mm-hmm. And that's, of course, that's really helpful in those equalizer matches, the low mana matches. Definitely. And is it worth... I'm not convinced the thorns is going to be a game changer. Of course it is, but he's so small. It'll be the one time where this card's going to be really, really powerful is where it's equalizer rule set. In other contexts, it's just going to be a small distraction, which allows your backline magic monsters to live that extra turn, and it will be helpful. But I'm gonna say it's relatively niche, and yes, it's helpful.
Okay, so the Knifer. Because he gets a 3 attack at level 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I never play with him, so I don't know.
It's common? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. 3 attack, 5 speed. With the thorns is very, very strong card.
Do we want to just have people focus on doing the grunt?
I mean, that's where I might lean. If I want to keep it simple, I'm gonna say this is,
Amazing card.
super powerful at every level, and clearly a high mana cost tank that's you know how to use it. It's not like some sort of niche play.
Well, I the strength is in the magic. So here's all the magic from Untamed, Dice, and Chaos.
Yeah, I assume. Well, I mean, Kron is one of the most powerful monsters in the game, especially with Obsidian, but it's also one of the most expensive monsters in the game. So let's steer clear of that and see what we can do maybe with, because Goblin Psychics. Hang on, that's common, so you're going to get one of those anyways. I don't think
one of those with Tank Kill.
It is going to get an extra hit point, which might be worth it, but I'm going to say right now,
it's going to get 2 extra hit points if I go up to 14.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. The extra 2, you're going from.
And I have one available.
So yeah, that's a nice addition. And then Queen Massilia with the, I think, Amplify. Does she have Amplify? No, she only has Protect. But still, Protect is very powerful and a huge. It's giving, in many cases, it's going to give you that room to breathe.
All right. Well, I've not bought many of the Queen Mycelias because it's the most expensive legendary.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a problem.
Okay, well, if I'm overspending your resources, you just tell me. But that is going to be a great. Yeah. It's going to be a great fit with a successful green team.
I'm going to put it on, but I'm going to put it in because I've never really played with her.
Mm-hmm.
If I create multiple versions of this,
mm-hmm.
I'm not adding them to the to the sets that I sent to my friends. I'm guessing.
And then, what about Regal Parrington? You got lots of copies of that. Slip Spawn is amazing. And again,
this
the
one's
taunt.
Cool, but you already get one, right?
This one, yeah, you'll get one. Yep, and I guess you would only be able to add 1 hit point. So yeah, don't bother with that then.
Okay.
What about look at the Parrington, because I want to see if level 2 does anything major. Well,
1 extra speed from 5 to 6. You're already beating everyone at 5 speed.
So you're right. We can see how this is why green is so powerful at lower levels, because even the starter cards are really pretty nasty when you add that extra magic from the summoner. What about Timer Sorcerer? Let's look at
both. If I can add like a Sorcerer and it gives them an unfair, crazy, awesome advantage, then that's something I want to think of.
Not really. I mean, the Rust is nice, but don't we get this? We do. Oh no, it's an epic. So hang on, let me think.
You have 2 magic, so
yeah, 2 magic, and the slow speed is the limitation. But I like this card a lot, but there's 2 considerations. One, it's going to really help because of the 2 mana 2 magic becoming 3, but the major limitation is its speed. It doesn't work well with, picture you throw out the Regal Parrington and it's so fast and it hits, and then 20 hours later your Sorcerer hits, and in the meantime your opponent has a heal through, and so that it's really important that your team have a unified attack plan. And so that's something where I might be, especially if I was working with like a new player, I might not give it to them. I would think about it, and the answer might be no. Is where I'm going with that.
Would the Khmer Princess add to a team, or you just think that the speed is going to distract them and it's a waste of the 2 mana? But 2 mana is going to end up being 2 magic.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same thing. And here's the thing: we're making a decision for the rest of the team now. So we did say we were going to give. What did we give? The Queen Massilia has low speed, and then we added the
let me add these 2.
Yeah, so
set. We haven't actually created the set yet, so we're going to create the new set. We're going to call it Delegate, and we're going to call it
So 3. Oh, go ahead.
green bronze.
So right now,
Okay.
that team is largely, there are 3 monsters on that team with 1 that are magic and that are 1 speed. So,
Mm-hmm.
so with that in mind, I think maybe, you know, that's going to be something that the player is going to need to learn, because they're going to try that and it's going to get smacked around because it's too slow. But then hopefully they're going to begin to learn how to respond to that, because slow is an advantage in certain contexts. You just need to recognize that and then use it when you can. And so we've got,
Everything's slow on this set, by the way. Everything's level 1,
yeah. What about
except for
Grunt?
grunt.
Grun's got his 3 speed. What about if we try to add a couple archery monsters that are going to complement with
Yeah, we haven't looked at archeries yet.
a
Okay,
bit more
there we go.
speed? Let's look for like a 3s and the 4s, and maybe if you got a Mitika would go a long way. Mitika, such a
Yeah,
powerful
I
card.
need to transfer this card too. It's not supposed to be gold ones aren't supposed to be here.
No, you mean Infidel 1258 there, Jerv.
Oh, got it. Dang it, messed up. Messed up. Okay. So we're throwing in an Amitica, maybe? Is
I
that what
think
you're
so.
saying?
I really think so. It's 4 archery damage at the lowest level, and it's fast, and it's got snare, and it's going to work well with our Grund. It's going to hit before the Grund. It's going to crack any armor, and then the Grund is maybe going to have that double strike kill. I think that's a nice one too. And then what about? I'm thinking maybe Iza because of her speed. But no, hang on. She's a sneak attack. I don't really I don't have strong feelings about the rest of these archers. I feel like they're pretty well. Hang on a second. What is Beatrix again? What is her archery damage? Is it 2? Beatrix Iron 2.
It's we could get it to 3.
How do you feel
Possibly.
about giving up 4 BCX to that guy?
Gal.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a strong one. I say if you got the BCX to spare, then that's a good addition, and that might be the team. And I might say that that's like a pretty well-rounded, and it's
Look, I have a couple not being used, so let's
nice.
throw them in there.
Nice.
All right. We'll give her a shot.
What about? I don't love any of the rest of these, honestly. I mean, Acid Shooter is cheap, but the Scatter Shot is. I'm not convinced. Yeah, and most players say that, and then you're talking about giving a deck to like a brand new player. I'm gonna say that's a niche ability that's gonna be really confusing.
Okay, let's go back to neutral then, I suppose.
Yeah.
I should have shown you all the neutrals at the same time. Oh well.
So,
Okay, so we're looking at archer neutrals.
So Gem Meteor maybe for the speed again. I think Gem Meteor is a 2 archery damage.
It's a scatter shot.
It's a scatter shot. Okay, never mind. And it's only one. It's only one. Anyways,
only one.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we said that the Goblin Chariot only it's just good enough at level 1 last time we were looking at it.
Yeah.
So I don't like any of those really.
Okay, so magic. Another Dr.
Ooh,
Blight in there, might as well.
Yeah, for sure, because Obsidian. And then also, what about the Spellsmith?
Let me grab that one. The Spellsmith.
And I think if we go a little heavier on these neutrals, because these magic neutrals are going to pair so well with your Obsidian.
Well, they're already going to get one, so is it worth getting the extra health?
Oh, good point. I wasn't remembering that. Okay, so I mean, 3 is a big advantage, but I'm gonna say not a huge like. We're already giving. I think we've put together a pretty strong team, so let's just let the 1 be. Spirit Hoarder for the triage.
Okay. And that's fine because we're going out of like how many cards do I have? And I have a lot of Spirit Hoarders, a lot of Dr. Blights, that sort of thing. So we're going based off of where I have abundance, and then also not distract them, to not give them cards that are going to make them lose. You know what I mean?
Totally. What about the Elven Mystic? I forget what the stats are at level 1, or I mean level 2.
They don't really have anything.
Okay.
I don't have any available.
No. Okay. And then
level 4
same,
and a 5.
and you've only got the one of the Tortesian Chief. Okay, so yeah, no, I think that's I think that might be the team.
We didn't look at relay though, just in case. Is there anything, another monk?
Yeah. I mean, it's a sound addition with that heal.
Can't remember which card I put in the set. Anyways, let's add them to the green set. Let's refresh this. Do Ice, Chaos, Untamed, and Neutral.
You've got a lot of the Elven Defenders. I don't really love that card though.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. What were we looking at? We were looking at magic attack, right? Okay. So
we didn't give a Magia of the Chaos, and it's an epic, so we definitely want to give at least one BCX.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's the team.
All right, so let's add it to blue. Oh, that's the green. Green. Yeah. And then, we forgot. We forgot something here. The reward.
Yeah, that's right.
The reward cards.
Oh wow, Prismatic Energy is one of the best cards in the game, and you've got like 5 million of them. So it's a strong.
Do I have that many of them? I have 484, but they're all like combined.
Oh.
There's 3 max levels,
Gotcha.
Which was a terrible move on my part.
Okay.
And I have no level 1 BCXs. Yeah.
Okay.
Wah, wah. I don't max anything anymore. So I have a lot of like these ones. The Uraeus as well is a possibility.
We didn't have any other sneak attack monsters though. I mean, it's a great monster, but you want to have a unified vision with your attack.
Yeah.
What about the Gargoyle Lion? Could be an interesting complement, because again, we need some tanks, and we only really have the Grund, and then that monk. So what would this?
So we could get it at a level 3. Would have a 2 attack. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good tank.
Are we adding that to both teams? Like one to the green and one to the blue?
I think you should. Yep.
There's one to the blue. There's one to the green. Okay.
What happens if you were to try and add the exact same card, to 2 different builds? Would it say no? You've already added.
Yeah, it would work. No, it works. Yeah, you can have one card be in 10 different sets if you want.
Okay.
I just, if I'm going to have one card be delegated to one person, I don't want that same card in the set so that it doesn't get delegated to the same person or another person. So. I should probably put chickens in there.
Yeah, chicken is. I see you got several copies, so yeah, no, I definitely think. But this is one of the most. Chicken is a huge rental revenue too, so that's something to. Because I know it costs like a fortune for one BCX, but look at the rental revenue is still high, even though it's a high. Yeah. But it's so good. It's so helpful.
Well, no, this is the problem. Look at the difference between these two prices. You have to look at these and go. That's like almost a 10 times difference, like a 9 times difference. You have to like take this 124 divided by 9, so you're looking at more or less like a 12 to 13% ROA.
Okay.
Yep. It's a little a thing to remember there. Fortunately, Creeping Ooze is the same way. It's like 5 times difference. But I have some of them, and they're not being rented, so I don't know. Maybe worth it.
Yeah, I mean those cards are super helpful in those low mana matches where all you really want is, for instance, your Dr. Blight, who's in the very back with his camouflage, and you want 5 1 cost or 2 cost mana monsters just logging up the front line.
Well, I'm going to add in both of these, Creeping Ooze and the Chicken.
Awesome.
So we're going to add that to the blue bronze. And then we're going to add... I can't remember which one I added. Whoops. That one, and see what I did here is I found the cheapest card, and I'm going to go with the next cheapest. And add that to the green bronze. Okay. Anything else that has a lot of there's a lot on the Gremlin Bronze Blaster, a lot of levels.
I don't like that card. I think the Onyx Sentinel is really good, but I don't like it at bronze.
Yeah.
You know, Lord A is awesome. Goblin Mech's, you only have 7 copies of Goblin Mech.
Sad, another one where I combined it up. Look at that. Don't I wish I had 505 level 1 copies.
It's one of those ones where, like, look at that card for level 9 and then level 10. It's almost double the BCX, but it's only one more hit point. I mean, that was one of those things where along the way I did those similar level ups, and I wish sometimes I didn't.
Wish I'd bought a lot more sandworms. Yeah. Oh well. I have 8 copies of Rusty Android, but 2,000 BCX.
Yeesh.
All right, so that's that's the neutrals, but we could look at the water. So for the blue deck, a lot of.
But we only have
monster.
We can only run the newer moderns, right?
No, you can run the other things, but soon they won't be able to.
Yeah, if you wanted to make it wide open, I would say that would change some things. But I was thinking so far just modern. But if we, well, you've got 18 copies of the Axemaster, and it's one of the most powerful cards for sure at every level with the double strike.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fast too. Oh man, that's going to be a great addition. And then Wavesmith is got that protect, which is of course helpful. Oceanus is amazing.
And I have enjoyed that card, so I have bought many a copy.
The other day I must have at least 100 extra copies of Oceanus, and I'm just gonna keep buying them as long as they keep going down. On my favorite website, Peakmonsters.
Yeah, baby. It's funny. Anything else in this list for the blue? I added a sea monster.
What's the Battle Orcas situation again? Oh, hang on, it's an older reward card.
It's a 3 though.
I know it's a great card. But look,
1 attack though.
That's the problem. I wanted to see that. I wasn't sure. I'm gonna say no then. The Captain's Ghost is very powerful. It has the affliction at the lowest level. It's super slow.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's one of those cards where Splinterlands hasn't updated the card art for the API, so it doesn't have the actual stats on it. And we've told them, and they're just like, yeah. So we could add it in, is what you're saying, but we've got. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's a very strong addition. Affliction is a very powerful ability. When the monster with affliction hits a target, has a chance to apply affliction on the target, causing it unable to be healed. So that's when you think that they're going to have a healing card, you play it? Yeah. I mean, frankly, with the 2 mana, because it's also, or 2 magic, it's, it's a good amount of DPS. It's got 7 hit
points. It already
points.
comes. Or no, does it come, or is it an older version?
That's a
It's a
modern.
reward card, so they
That's a
wouldn't be there. Yeah.
that's a modern reward card. So is it okay? You're right. Okay, it's rare.
It's a
So yeah, you're
reward
right.
card,
It's
so
going to
they
be
don't show
included.
up at all. No, the reward cards don't show up in the inclusion.
Yes.
None of these cards show up.
Yeah.
I know Torhilo is. We already got crazy good tanks on that team.
Yeah. I think that's pretty sound. Unless you wanted to do like a sneak attack play, like you could include the bandit and then the Uraeus, and then you're giving it yet another.
Yeah.
I think you're now creating an overpowered blue team, though. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but it's
Yeah. Let's take a look at. Well, my friends will be happy to, I don't know. Maybe I should have put less in there because they're going to be overwhelmed by it. That's my worry, but we'll see.
Okay,
so here are the Earth reward cards.
So, Mushroom Seer is one of the best cards at level 1. It's so powerful with silence at level 1.
They're all being rented up at 60%.
Okay. And then
and that's at 5 times. That's another one that's like 6 time change. So 60% divided by 6, so it's like a 10% ROA if you buy the level 1. So not that amazing. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, it's a card. If I gave it to them with silence and a 2 attack, it'd help them out quite a bit, wouldn't it?
What about the Javelin Thrower? Are you renting those all out? You got 13 copies. Looks like maybe they're all high level.
They're all high level.
Okay.
For 1. It's not being rented out, but...
What about the Spirit Shaman?
Not something I can duplicate very easy. Looks like I have a bunch of them. Oh, a lot of them are being rented. That's interesting.
So this is an older reward card, which means that it eventually will not be really very functional for the player, but currently it would be a nice addition with the
1 attack.
Yeah. The 1 attack becomes 2 though, and the Divine Shield makes it all kind of tanky for a 4 mana cost.
Okay. Let's add it in. And then anything else? We need a different tank. Like
we haven't added Jin Bilka, and he's a pretty must-have.
Okay, good thing I have purchased a lot of them. I think that they are underappreciated.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. And there was an archery unit that I saw, which the Seedsmith maybe, especially when it's equal as a rule set, that scavenge is pretty annoying. It's pretty nasty. But hang on a second, it's rare, so we would already get. No, we don't.
No,
reward.
It's a reward card.
Yeah. So
you'd almost want the 2 health versus the 3 on what you're talking about, but
I think a level 1 is fine. I think a level 1 is fine.
Yeah, we're gonna add it in.
And then what about the Centauri Mage? That's a magic that we could use with Obsidian with the fast speed.
I'm trying to see it on the screen. There it is. Okay. So I don't have many copies at all. No level 1s or anything. I have a lot of Pelcar Mercenaries.
Yeah, such a good card.
You could get it up to. I could get it up to a level.
Look at that.
3 attack.
That's definitely.
Okay. I know that we were heavier on tanks.
We definitely are, but you know what? There's some times where it's such a good card, and there's some times where you can do multiple melees from various positions. So.
All right. So he's on the team. Put me in, coach.
CCR.
There we go. What's that?
Put me in, coach is like a famous line from
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
There. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Center field. All right, now do you want to look at these little delegations are a little more spendy. I wonder if also they would make certain players happy if I'm like, here, go try this out. Okay, so we're at 233 on the green.
5,000 CP. I mean, I think those are both going to be very strong teams, and it's going to give somebody a good idea of, you know, what this game is like, how you can, you know, the different synergies and different play styles, magic, archery, melee. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a nice sample. And then I think it's nice that they are focused. Like if you got somebody, maybe you let somebody try the green for a while, and then maybe later on they wanted something blue, and you can just copy and paste what you just did with the blue. I think it's going to be a very strong blue team. And if you put
blue team is a cheaper team.
If you did 3 of those, if you know what might be nice, Jarvie, if in the future, if you aim at getting around 5,000 collection power per unit, and then if you ultimately end up just slapping 3 of them together,
and that's a silver team.
That's a silver team.
Oh wow! Okay, pretty cool. I think we may do the same thing over on some Peakmonsters cards from that Peakmonsters owns itself, you know, and rewarding some people. So
nice.
All right, well that's a solid team, and we just did the green, right? That's the one that we just did. So my question is, what do we do? Well, we got a really good low mana tank. That is correct, and some other low mana cards. You know, a 1 and a 0, and where's the Fungus Fiend? Oh, there it is. You know, so
yeah. So you've got about 4 different tanks. You've got the Mercenary, you've got the Hill Giant, the Zenith Monk, and the Grun. That's 4 different tanks that are all quite effective in their own way, and they're going to be permissible in different contexts. Some are in little league, some are in big league, some are odds and some are evens. You're going to have a tank under pretty much, and then the Gargoyle Lion. So you have 5 different tanks, which is nice options, because it's so important that you build your team. You have to have a variety of tanks, and then you can your backline can be allowed to do what they do best. And with you, with this team, it's gonna be the magic focus with the obsidian bonus, and so if the tank is there to stay alive, I think there's going to be a couple different looks. It's like Grund in the front line with a couple fast archery monsters. That's one look. And then maybe it's like a lower mana cost, like Hill Giant in the front line. And then maybe some of the lower mana cost, like the Chimer Princess magic, that Shaman magic, maybe Dr. Blight.
Here's the magic ones. We got a lot of magic cards.
Yeah, like look at that Chimer Princess for 2 mana, Dr. Blight 4 mana, Spirit Hoarder 3 mana. That's like Bilka, Spirit Shaman, like it's a lot of really inexpensive magic monsters that are going to synergize really well with your Obsidian. I think this is going to be a real wrecking ball of a team in pretty well every rule set, I think.
Nice. Well, this is perfect then. I think we've got the green covered.